Om. Now let us explore the Vishnu Sahasranama second sloka. The meaning of each and every name in terms of chemistry, let us try to analyze. Second sloka. Bhutatma Paramatma cha Muktanam Paramagatihi Avyayah Purushaha Sakshi Kshetrajño Akshara Evacha. So, Bhutatma is the being who is ultra pure, ultra clean, free from vagaries called illusion, and delusion. That being who is Bhutatma transforms himself into Paramatma, that is the divine ultimate, the greatest soul. And Bhutatma and Paramatma are the recourse and resort of those who are liberated, Muktanam Paramagati. The recourse of the liberated itself is also a manifestation of Lord Narayana. And Lord Narayana is Avyaya. Avyaya means one who is not consumed in the process. Purushaha is the ultimate bestower, benefactor. Sakshi is a witness who is not involved in these emotional melodramas. Kshetrajna is one who knows the fielder, who maintains the equilibrium in the field, who guards and takes care of the yield. Akshara is one who is never undergoing any kind of decay, who is always conserved. Let us try to see this in context of chemistry. To begin with, Bhutatma, one who is ultra pure, free from vagaries. Chemists believed once upon a time that the cheap base materials can be transformed to gold by virtue of purification. So they have tried to convert the cheaper materials like soil, air, water, plant extracts, etc. into gold. And in this great struggle across the globe, hundreds and thousands of people dedicated their lives. They developed so many processes of purification, and they arrived at so many important conclusions and discoveries. They developed so many new materials that helped in the progress of human civilization. Yet they could not realize their goal. They could not convert the cheaper materials into gold. Why like that? Because there is a small error in the basic premise. The error is, in God's creation, every being is unique. You cannot convert a rat into an elephant or an elephant into a human being, because they have their own genetic makeup, and that is very funda. It is not in human beings' jurisdiction to effect such changes. Similarly, every simple form of matter, otherwise called element, has its own characteristic genetic makeup, which we call it as atomic number, and its nuclear constitution cannot be meddled in an ordinary chemistry laboratory. Notice that different kinds of atoms can come together and part. They can exchange their electrons, they can share their electrons and bind together and go so on and so forth. But fundamentally, one element cannot be converted into the other. This is the realization chemists got. And in the course, there are so many defects in the perception of human beings. We call them as illusions. See, this is an illusion. A magician is playing a trick. He is showing a coin in the hand and the coin vanished. Where it has gone? Our ordinary sense cannot perceive where it has gone, but he tricked it. Mind you that this type of inability to perceive, this is called an illusion. Our mind suffers from so many illusions. Notice that there can be delusions to human mind. Delusion means it is a mental debility. You are thinking what is not the reality. You are assuming things, presuming things. Okay? And you also have illusions. Illusion means you can make gold out of cheaper materials by purification. That is an illusion. Illusion is somewhat better, but delusion and illusions are misleading. You will see what is not there in a place. For example, this is a mirage. There you see that there is water, but really there is no water. You try to understand this phenomena. In the course of understanding such phenomena, science evolved. Okay. Now, our first name we have talked Putatma, and Putatma is the clean being, free from vagaries like illusion, delusion, and the Paramatma is ultimate, and one who is liberated from all these vagaries is called as Mukta. And the recourse of this Mukta, his action, all these are manifestations of Lord Narayana, right? Now, we are looking at next point. What is the next name we have, sir? Let us look at that name, next name. Where is that next name? Potatma Paramatma cha Muktanam Paramagati Avyayaha. For example, when you are looking at the cyclic process where you are trying to manufacture H2O2, you are taking certain amount of anthraquinone and reacting it with hydrogen to get anthraquinol. When anthraquinol reacts with oxygen, you get back anthraquinone and H2O2. When it is treated with water, H2O2 dissolves in water, goes away. Again, you are left out with this material. This material can again react with hydrogen. Hydrogen can again react with oxygen. Notice in this cyclic process, the so-called anthraquinone was avyaya. Avyaya means it has not been consumed. So many such cyclic processes are known to chemists. And there are so many cycles. At the end, they are not being consumed. For example, there is nitrogen cycle, there is carbon dioxide cycle. In the nature, whatever that exists, that is really not technically consumed. Avyayaha. This ability to remain without getting consumed in the course is a attribute to Lord Narayana. Purusha is one who is the bestower. There are so many bestowers. For example, you can look at this gentleman called J. Krishnamurti who traveled across the world with a wonderful message. Those who could follow his message bestowed with great peace of mind, and they too got enlightened. Right? So, Purusaha, Sakshi. Sakshi is a witness. For example, you can see that this particular lady is conducting an experiment to find out whether there is a chloride ion in a given sample. She is performing what is called as chromyl chloride test. And of course, she has taken the given sample and added some amount of potassium dichromate and concentrated sulfuric acid, and on warming, she could identify reddish brown oily vapors. The evolution of reddish brown oily vapors of chromyl chloride establishes that the salt contains chloride ion. And she knows how to conduct the experiment, she is a witness, and she knows how to dispose of the waste chemicals properly. Suppose she is a witness and she is telling what is to be done, how it is to be done to the student community. Now this witness starts interacting with the chemical. Suppose that witness inhales the chromyl chloride vapor or exposes oneself to the acid in the course of experiment. Then the witness will be no longer a witness. He is involved in the process happening around, and one suffers from cancer if one inhales the chromyl chloride vapors. So, a witness is always one who is not indulging with what is happening around. In chemistry laboratory, we should learn this technique. We should be always witness to what is happening around, but we should not try to take in or imbibe the various materials that are being generated therein. Notice that the person who is not involved, who is only Sakshi witness, is the one who is enlightened. He is a manifestation of Lord Narayana. There are so many people like this. Swami Vivekananda is there, Jiddu Krishnamurti is there, Ramana Maharshi, so many Western scholars, so many people. So that is another name. Bhutatma Paramatma cha Muktanam Paramagati Avyayaha Purushaha bestower, one who bestows with knowledge, wisdom. Sakshi, one is a witness. Kshetrajna, one who knows how to maintain the equilibrium in the field. For example, in our body is a chemical factory. And the Creator knows how to maintain the equilibrium with the different chemicals in each being. The chemical composition, the various elements which we have in our body, are different from those which are there in the being of some other animal, some other plant. In each plant and animal, that fielder, Kshetrajna, who knows how to maintain the equilibrium. As an example, I would say, in our body there is a chemical called dopamine. If that dopamine is either excess or in a lower dose than required, in both the cases you suffer from problems. For example, if we have low dopamine level in the body, you feel tired, you are not motivated, you are not happy, you suffer from memory loss, you have severe mood swings, sleep disorders, so on. If you have high level of dopamine in the body, you feel too much energized, your behavior will be very erratic, you have trouble in sleeping, and you have a behavior which is quite aggressive and all that. And this dopamine level is to be maintained. Who is maintaining? Your very conduct decides how it is maintained. Lord Narayana maintains the equilibrium provided if you are just a witness to what is happening around. If you start involving in every trifle, in every excitement, the dopamine level will suffer from vagaries. That manifests into a big health issue. So, Bhutatma Paramatma cha Muktanam Paramagatihi Avyayaha Purushaha Sakshi Kshetrajno Akshara Evacha. Akshara means that which is not decayed. Notice that the total inventory, whatever that is there on the earth, it is maintained. It is not undergoing any decay. There is a fundamental law in chemistry that is called law of conservation of mass, proposed by Lavoisier, who is regarded as father of chemistry. Matter can neither be created nor destroyed. One form is converted to the other is the fundamental idea of chemistry. That is why you have to balance the equations. There are so many such conservation laws. For example, Bernoulli's equation is a conservation law of energy. The pressure energy, kinetic energy, and potential energy sum is a constant. This particular Bernoulli's equation helped in the development of aviation industry, aeroplanes, right? Notice that the fundamental principle in chemistry is what? Law of conservation of mass, which nobody can overcome. This law of conservation of mass is indicating the name of Lord Narayana, Akshara. So, this is the second sloka we have. Bhutatma Paramatma cha Muktanam Paramagatihi Avyayaha Purusa Sakshi Kshetrajno Akshara Evacha. So let us try to explore some more names in the next video. May Lord Narayana bless all of us. Thank you.